I want to share with you briefly on why your diet's going to fail and you'll stay where you are because let's face it, the statistics are there that 95% of diets fail and the average diet lasts just 15 days. And if you're anything like how I used to be, you can totally see how this statistic is true, okay? Now, when you do start a diet, you will experience that initial weight loss, okay? And that's usually because you've been eating crap. Let's be real, or it's the quantity of food that you may have been eating, okay? So any changes that you make, which is cutting back on that crap, okay, which the majority of diets are, and then paired with restricting what you are eating, this tackles the two reasons that you may have been putting on weight or not losing it in the first instance. However, whilst that initial weight loss is great, you're thinking it's great, it doesn't last. Okay, because inevitably, and it's a fact, like I just mentioned, that 95% of people put the weight back on, okay, that they lose, and the average diet just lasts 15 days. So there's two reasons that I believe that they fail, and I just want to touch on them briefly in this video for you. The first one is habits, and the second one is that they're restrictive. So habits, you need to change your habits, okay, in order to make changes to the way that you're eating. Okay, and habits are just a routine of behavior that is repeated regularly, and it happens usually subconsciously. So by starting that diet on Monday, making those drastic changes to the way you're eating or not eating, this isn't changing your habits. You're just trying to use willpower to change the way that you eat. Because what's really interesting about habits is that they're brain based, okay? They're based in the reptilian part of your brain, which tells you that you need to do that habit for survival. And the brain doesn't distinguish between good or bad habits. It doesn't categorize, okay? The reptilian part of your brain just knows that it needs to do that habit because it thinks it needs to do that to survive. So your habit could be having those bottles of Coke or soft drink or eating sugar. It doesn't distinguish, right? And the brain creates these habits as a survival mechanism for efficiency reasons. So if you think about it, okay, for example, put really simply, imagine if we had to relearn everything every time we did them, like, driving a car or washing the dishes. Totally inefficient, okay? And with habits, it's really important to note as well that there's usually a pattern or a sequence to your habits as well, and this is recorded by your brain. So that's why the brain sends signals before there is that usual habit to remind you. So you may notice this, okay? It gets closer to that 3 p.m. lull or that 3 p.m. time, and you usually would have that Coke, okay? So your body is starting to crave it. You can feel it in your body that you need that Coke. Okay, so that's how the brain is sending those signals to tell you that you need to keep that habit up. So if you've tried a new diet, okay, and you get that signal, okay, that you feel like that Coke because you've been restricting yourself from having it, okay, your brain will actually then go into a brain battle, okay, that I need it because that's what my habits are telling me versus I can't have it because I'm on this new diet and I don't want to have the Coke anymore, okay. And more than likely, that reptilian part of your brain, okay, where the habits are stored will win. So the I need it story will win. And that's why so many mums, fall off the wagon with diets. So if you're starting a new diet, making changes to the way you eat, it's really important that you change your habits, as that way you form new habits, okay, and then they'll just become part of what you do and who you are. So with all the programs that I work with in my business here at the Integrative Mum and the work I do with the mums that join my programs is that I have a process that we work through to change habits, in steps. So our brain doesn't freak out and doesn't send us back to our old habits. Okay, instead we're able to establish new ones, right? And upgrade our nutrition, eat better, nourish our bodies, and it just becomes part of what we do. So that's the first reason I want to touch on habits. The second is that they're restrictive. Okay, so the second reason why your diet is going to fail is that most diets eliminate whole food groups. Okay, and let's be honest, this isn't sustainable long term. Again, it's related to that habit part I just mentioned and not being able to sustain those changes due to a habit stored in our brain. But also, we're busy mums, right? Trying to do all the things, our work. Most of us have got businesses here that follow me, we've got kids, we've got our home, and being able to take that time to eat differently, get different ingredients, measure out foods, make special meals, and stick with them is hard long term. It's hard, okay? And then it just becomes super easy just to slip back to our old ways, which means we stay stuck where we are, okay? We just keep repeating what we've been doing. And most diets, and that restrictive approach, I guess in short, they don't fit into our individual lifestyle, okay? Because we're all unique. Okay, what works for me might not work for you, but what is really important is that you find out what works for you, what fits in with your family, because they get those changes that you can then incorporate into your own lifestyle are going to be the ones that stick around. Okay, so that's why I absolutely love doing what I do here and helping mums incorporate changes that work for them. Okay, because I'm a busy mum to three boys as well. I completely get it. I've been in your shoes and I know the juggle. So I hope this video has given you some awareness as to the two main reasons why diets don't work, and you can see why you haven't been able to maintain those changes before. Okay, don't beat yourself up about it. Okay, there's logical reasons why you haven't been able to maintain those changes. But awareness is key. I always say that awareness is key. Knowing that there are reasons why really helps. Plus, knowing that we're all unique. Okay, like I said before, what works for one mum might not necessarily work for another. Okay, and literally as well, one person's food could be another person's poison. Okay, so a one size fits all approach to food just doesn't work. So now you can absolutely get off that diet bandwagon. Okay, I'm a massive advocate for that. The great news is I have my proven Be Lighter method, okay, that will completely upgrade your nutrition, get you off that diet bandwagon, and make you feel incredible. So I'm talking about eating more, not less. No more obsessions about the next meal. Okay, I like to say being a food prisoner. No more obsessions about that next meal. Having the energy to get through your busy day and losing that weight that is making those clothes a little bit too tight. Okay, so if you'd like to know more about how I could help you in a coaching capacity, please reach out, send me a DM. I'd love to know where you're at and where you need help with. Okay, and thanks for joining me. Leave a comment in this video if it's helped you out in any way. I'd love your feedback and enjoy the rest of your day. And bye for now.